everyone, doing 13 here. Just want to make a somewhat quick video about what just happened, which was NXT Takeover Orlando. It's a great show, first off. In terms of the WrestleMania weekend, the two takeovers we've had, Dallas versus this one, I'm gonna still say Dallas was probably the best takeover I've ever seen. And that is including Brooklyn 2, Toronto, and Takeover San Antonio. So it's up there in high list or high regard, though. Definitely in my top 5. That being said, we had a lot of stuff that happened. First and foremost, new belts. A lot of my fellow wrestling fans are probably going to be talking about this right now, so I'm not going to be an exception. I like them. I don't technically like the tag team belts as much as I like the... Actually, I like the tag team belts. It's the women's belt that is kind of okay, that's just a bigger version of the old belt. The one I think definitely won out was the men's championship, because me personally, I did not like the X belt. It looked good on everyone that it was on, don't get me wrong. I just didn't like the design. It looked kind of like a gimmick belt, kind of like if DX was in today, they would make that belt for them, kind of in lieu of the Young Bucks and the Hardys that made their own belts. Enough in terms of the matches themselves. I'm gonna go kind of quick because I don't want to take up too much of your time. Save that for tomorrow night. The matches were fantastic as per usual for NXT. Started off with Sanity versus Team NXT, which consisted of Roderick Strong. God, I can't remember. I can never remember the four that they were there, other than Ruby Rose, Roderick Strong. I think Ty was there too. I didn't see that much of this match because peek behind the curtain. Rick and Morty. This is April Fool's Day, and for the April Fool's joke, Adult Swim decided to air a marathon of the repeat of this new season of Rick and Morty. And by the time I found out about that, the match had already started. But I was like, I'm going to watch this because this is I didn't think they were going to show it on repeat, and then they started it again. I felt like an idiot. So yeah, I missed most of this match. Caught the end. Caught Sanity getting the win. They were walking up the ramp, or they were in the middle of the ring walking up the ramp when I got back to it. But Rick and Morty season 3, great. I'm sorry. I'm a bad wrestling fan. I turned away from what was probably a really good match to watch something that I've been waiting for over 2 years for. Sue me. Anyway, next match was Andre Cien Almas versus Aleister Black, brand new to NXT. Great first impression, by the way. This dude can go. Though that being said, I feel bad for Almas because it seems like he's the guy that they feed to the new guys just to job to, and that's unfair to him. I like Almas. He's a great wrestler. Gonna do great things in the main roster when they finally pull him up. But yeah, so that was a great match. Aleister won with a very, very hard-looking kick. It was really good. It was really kind of stiff looking. It looked really cool, though. So, good first showing, good first impression. He looks like he could be a member of the Wyatt family if they called him up. That's not a bad thing. Then we had the first of the three. After we got the two smaller matches, we had our 3 beautiful main event match or caliber matches. Any of these could have headlined a show and no one would have complained if this wasn't a takeover match. Like, takeover matches aside, like, these are always fantastic. If this was a normal NXT match, it would have probably been the best of the week. So, first off was the Authors of Pain defending their now new newly designed tag team titles against #DIY and the Revival in a three-way elimination style match. Very good. Can't say enough good things about #DIY or the Revival. I personally like both of them. I want DIY to go to Smackdown, or I'm actually kind of, it's weird for me to say that to every wrestling smart out there that's gonna watch this. Is think, wait a minute, don't you mean Revival to go to Smackdown? No, I mean DIY to go to Smackdown, because the tag team division at Smackdown needs them more. The Revival, though, their gimmick, I feel fits more in Raw's side. Like they're like those guys. If they were to split, they could do great things in the main event scene of Raw, which the main event scene of Raw needs a lot of work right now, which is kind of weird. Like, the tag teams need to be fixed on SmackDown, the main events need to be fixed on Raw, and the opposite is true on both sides. So, anyway, I knew as soon as the Revival were counted out, they were eliminated, that the Authors of Pain were gonna win. And you can look this up. I said it on my video for Takeover San Antonio. They are not losing the belts anytime soon. I said it then. I'm gonna say it now. I'm seeing them with these belts at least till SummerSlam. If they make it to Survivor Series, I wouldn't be shocked. If they made it all the way to Survivor Series, that would not shock me if they had these belts till then. They fill out all the criteria. They're really good workers. Their entrance is is pretty catchy. And this is just me saying it. I fucking love their manager. He is insane. He is everything you need him to be. They're a great tag team. This was a great match. Congrats to the Authors of Pain for retaining. You're gonna make those new belts look pretty damn good. Next up was the match I'm kind of torn about this one. Asuka versus Ember Moon for the women's title match. The women's title match, to me, it could have headlined all three of these. Actually, with both of the last two matches, they could have had headline a normal NXT taping and been like an hour, and no one would have complained, because both of these women are fantastic. I am conflicted in the fact that I love Ember Moon as a character. I love Asuka as a character. So it was really hard for me to pick a winner for this one. And I can see Ember getting a rematch somehow and getting that belt off Asuka. I can see it. It's not going to be a bad thing when it does, because that means that she's going to go to SmackDown. Because Asuka has been, I don't know if you haven't heard, Asuka has been touring with the SmackDown live shows, doing tag teams with, I believe, Naomi, tag teams with Becky Lynch against Naomi, and I think, or Natalya, or in Tamina and all that, or in them. Anyway, Asuka won. I'm okay with that again. Like I said, I would have preferred if Ember won, but now we've had a full year of Asuka being the women's champ. That's actually really cool. She is officially the longest reigning NXT champion, male or female. So, good on her. Let's see how long this lasts. If it lasts within, I'm personally gonna give it a month. I could see her dropping the title right before another pay-per-view. Maybe before Money in the Bank. Around that time, because Money in the Bank is a Smackdown pay-per-view. We'll see. I'm not gonna say yes or no to anything, but it's a possibility. Finally, we have the match that I knew was going to be the best match of the night. You knew it was going to be the best match of the night because it was the best match of the night last time they did it too. Shinsuke Nakamura versus Bobby Roode. Bobby Roode defending his brand new design, beautifully designed in my opinion, NXT Championship. This match was pretty. If I'm sure you watched the last one, you're gonna see me gushing on that too. But as the last one was really good, this one was really good. And the difference I'll say is that the last one, if it felt like the writing was on the wall, that Shinsuke was going to lose. This one, it didn't, it could have gone either way. Bobby could have retained and no one would be mad. Shinsuke could come back and beat him and hold the belts again, become the first ever 3-time NXT champion. No one would have complained. But ironically enough, that was going into the match. At least that was my thinking going into the match. What sold me on Bobby winning, which he did, was the entrance. As I'm sure you guys are well aware, if you're watching this, Bobby Roode and Shinsuke Nakamura have the two greatest entrance themes in NXT, if not in WWE in general. Actually, I'm going to take that last one back because there are three themes I can think of there are only three themes I can think of that are better than Bobby and Shinsuke's combined, and those are Stone Cold, The Undertaker, and because Motorhead, Triple H. Which, what a shock, those are three of my favorite wrestlers of all time. Two of which we're going to see tomorrow. I'm not okay with one of them, or seeing one of them tomorrow. It'll be cool if we saw the third one. Anyway. The entrance of Shinsuke was actually really subdued for what he's normally done. He came out behind a white veil, posing, and what looked like a tiger stripe version of his normal red tights, or red jacket and red tights. Posed did his normal poses and everything. Entrance is great as it normally is. Then we heard pianos. 2 grand pianos. Played by some rather pretty looking women. Start with the theme. Spotlight shines on Bobby Roode. Bobby Roode's wearing a bright white and black robe. I said this last time and I'll say it again. Bobby Roode is quickly becoming the Ric Flair of NXT. He is his matches are great. He plays dirty he's dirty as shit, and his entrance is amazing. And above all else, he knows how to work the crowd. He knows how to very, very quickly get you on his side. The match itself, just like I gushed for the last 5 minutes on the last match, or the last time these two faced off, this match was fantastic. Not a single bad showing from either one of them. Like I said, it could have realistically ended probably 3 times like I saw, that no one would have complained. Realistically, you could have been okay, this will be the ending. Bobby again very smartly went after Shinsuke's knee. Shinsuke didn't sell it as well as he did last time. Like we found, like after the fact, it's easy to see that yes, that was a shoot, or that was a work. Like it was fake. We didn't know at the time. At least I didn't. Shinsuke this time, he sold it like, yeah, I'm hurt. My knee kind of hurts, but I can still hit you on the other one. Like I can still hit you my other knee. It won't be as strong, but it'll still be pretty good. Bobby does a DDT off the top rope. 1, 2, 3. Place goes nuts as they should. Bobby Roode retains. All 3 previous owners of the belts retain their belts. I'm okay with this for 2 reasons. One, it's okay for me to say that they were all great matches and they all deserve them. 2, you're gonna when they redesign a belt, I always feel that if it's not a complete, if it's not a storied belt, or if it's a storied belt, it has a lot of clout to it, keep it on the person that had the belt before the redesign, to give that the same amount of legacy. Or for perfect example, when Charlotte walked in and into WrestleMania last year as the NXT or as the WWE Divas Champion, and walked out as the WWE Raw Women's Champion, or Women's Champion at the time, that was perfect because it's like, okay, it's the same, or it's a new belt, yes, but it's the same person, so that it has that credibility already. A way that they did it wrong was the Raw Tag Team Championship belts after the New Day lost. I will say this, the red tag team belts have grown on me. Excuse me. I didn't like them at first, but that was mainly growing pains because the week they unveiled the belts was the week the New Day lost, and I personally love the New Day. I love everything they do. So it felt like a little sad. Let me see. I'm still good. It felt a little bad. Good ways to do the belts for the current WWE World Heavyweight Championship. When they had the unified belts, I believe that was Cena that won that. I was okay with it. The current World Championship, when they unified the World and the Heavyweight, I was glad when they did that back then. And yeah, every time, when they introduce a new belt, you kind of want the current owner of the belt to keep it. At least I do. That way it's okay, the status quo is not changed too much. We still have the legacy that this person has to their name. If that makes any sense, I don't care. If it doesn't, at least I'm just getting that thought out there. And honestly, these are the two main champions and the tag team that you want to have the belts on them. Because in terms of storyline, it shows they are pretty much undefeatable. Who's gonna take to knock them off? Maybe Sanity? Maybe a brand new tag team coming up through the ranks. Maybe a brand new woman that we've never seen in the WWE before. You never know. It'll be a great match, whoever takes those belts off, because it'll have to be a great match. Just like these were, to keep the belts. And honestly, in terms of tomorrow, we have had one change from my predictions video, which is the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship has moved from the pre-show to the main show. Thank you. Thank you, WWE. I will sincerely thank you for that, because that is going to be a fantastic match, and it does not deserve to be given away for free. I'm hoping that they didn't knock anybody off of the mat. They didn't knock anyone else off at Sacrifice, unless they had unless they had a stupid like breather match for no reason, like they did, I think, for Fastlane one year or last year. Like there was one pay-per-view where they randomly had a R-Truth. Like, I can't remember if it was Elimination... No, it was Extreme Rules. They had an R-Truth match with R-Truth and Curtis Axel instead of the 2 out of 3 or pinfall belt match that they had on the pre-show with Alberto Del Rio and Sin Cara. I have no idea why they did that, but it kind of sucked. This, call me old-fashioned, call me some, I don't care what you call me. There are always two nonsense, or there are always two matches that are not for belts that are on WrestleMania. Fine. Those are always consistent. It's always the Triple H match and the Undertaker match. Those are great, always. But I feel that WrestleMania especially has to have every single championship develop, or that they can spare, or that they have defended on the main show. Hell, I'm still pissed off that the Cruiserweight title is still on the pre-show, because it's the championship for the Cruiserweights. Yes, like I said in the predictions video, I understand why, but it seems wrong. Now, maybe we will see something beautiful in this. We'll see something beautiful tomorrow. I'm not entirely sure. But in terms of, I got off track, as I am one to do. We are talking about tonight. And in closing, I will say this. NXT is not as good as it was last year going into WrestleMania. But damn it if they're not going to try. Give it a year, and once again, we will be saying the NXT brand is the best brand in the WWE. Mark my words. Anyway, this has been Dilemma 13 once again. I will see you guys tomorrow, possibly Monday, depending on when I actually record that video. I'll probably record it Monday just so I can get my thoughts in order. And I'll definitely be recording a SmackDown and Raw recap because, of course, first day, it's the Raw and SmackDown after WrestleMania. Things are going to happen. Until then, this is Dilemma 13. See you later.